Howdy, everybody. Gonna do week 2 song of the week for my Patreon folks. This one is Whiskey Before Breakfast. Let's check it out. I'll play along with the little track that I recorded. Alright, I'll try playing along with this nice and slow here with the backing track that is at 60 beats per minute. song's in the key of D. It's a D, 2, 3, 4, G, D, A, D, G, D, A, D, D, G, D, A, D, G, D, A, D, D, E minor, A, D, A, G, D, G, D, A, D, D, E minor, A, D, A, G, D, G, D, A, D. So the first line starts on a note of a D chord and ends on the line of a D chord. You should know that D arpeggio down here is D, F sharp, A. D, F sharp, A. You want to learn that down here. So the first line, I did it with a hammer on. You don't have to. But it's kind of easier with the hammer on, and I think it sounds better. And sometimes I'm hitting an extra little quick note and then stopping it right away. Whoops. So sometimes I'm throwing in that B, sometimes it might be that D. It doesn't really matter. It's like an extra background note just to have another thing going. So and then it goes right back down. So 3, 4. That's a pretty easy way to play it, right up the scale with the little hammer on. Okay, and then right back down. Okay, then the next thing I'm doing is effect. So the chord starts on a D chord. It goes from a D to a, from a G to a D to an A. So I'm starting on a G note for a G chord. Then I'm going to this F sharp note, which is in our D chord. Should be no surprise. And then it goes to an A chord. So I'm playing the E note, which is part of the A chord. So it's just a way to simplify the melody for dobro. Fiddle players might go da 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 da. You don't need to do all that stuff. We can pare it right down. And one of the things that I'm doing to make that line sound better is syncopating it a little bit, accenting certain notes. I'm not just playing it squarely on the beat. So sometimes I'm also bouncing off an open G string, or sometimes it might be a D string. I don't remember. Just an extra little note in between some of those other notes, which you can only do if you're playing the main melody with your thumb down here and you have these fingers free to play other strings. But it's not necessary. Without them, it would sound like this. Ending on this C sharp note, which is part of our A chord. Okay, so that whole first line. And then it starts the same way again. This time I threw in a phrase. There's a lot of ways this could be played. I just threw in a fiddly phrase that was very similar to one we learned last week with Old Grimes. It just starts on the G note and then hammer on the second fret on your way up to the D. And then B open after that. A pull off. F sharp pull off. E note. C sharp here, second fret, 5th string, D string open. bass section is like so. Twice. And that's the A part. The B part, I start off like so. Instead of doing fiddly stuff, I just want to let some notes hang out and do a slide and use the dobro for what it's good for. So this is a D chord in the song. We're just going from a note of the D chord, A, then B, to another note of the D chord, a D. Actually, I think I did that. That's what it is. So just picking that as a forward roll. But I'll show you something I do to control. It's kind of a pick blocky move. When I'm done with this roll, I put my thumb down here getting ready to pick the next B string, but I let this part of my thumb touch the third string to stop it too, so my pick is like on the second string and touching the third string, and it keeps those both from ringing. Also, when I'm done with the the A note on the G string, when I'm thinking to do it, I'll lift the bar to stop that note from ringing. But at this point, only this can ring because my thumb is touching everything else. And then I'm just doing a slide from 2 to 3 here on the second string, and then playing another D note. Something kind of like that. So then this will kind of roll again. Hammer on 2nd fret high string, and then 4, 2 open, probably with a pull off at the end. How I would play it up to speed. Actually, I did just that. For the E minor chord, we're just playing E note, hammer on, pick the note again, and then this little pocket of notes that I think we may have used for Old Grimes last week. This is 5th fret high string, 4th fret high string, 5th fret 2nd string, open high string. Now we're to the 2nd fret, 2nd string, pull off, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And I'm probably doing a little backwards grace note slide into that C sharp. So that whole bit. Sorry. Again. Well, that gets us to another A chord here, and then I'm doing open D, 4th fret high string pull off, so that's the F sharp note, and then to a D, to the C sharp note of the A chord, to the B note here of the G chord, so that chord progression is D, A, G, and we're doing for the D, the C sharp note for the A, the B note for the G because it's in that chord. And then this little lick, that's that's a hammer on, pull off, 2nd fret, 2nd string, 3rd string, 2nd fret, pull off to the 4th fret, 4th string. And that gets us back to the, sorry for my da-da-das, back to the F sharp note during a D chord. So these main melody notes do follow the chords. Each one of them is in the chord that we're going to. Now it's a G chord, we're playing the G note. And we're ending it just like we were ending the part of the A section. Or more or less like it. So this is a G to the B, pull off to the F sharp. And that's 3rd string open, 4th fret, 4th string, pick and slide back to 2, pull off, C sharp note, 2nd fret, 5th string. And I'm ending it with these 2 D notes. One open, one with the slide on the 5th string with slide and the 4th string open. So the whole B section looks like this. Do that twice. So the full tune. Now that you've seen it done a couple times, when you play it with the track, and now that it's been explained to you, hopefully it makes more sense. Show you the variations now. Started off similar to the first A sections. Up till there it's same as the first time, but I changed it a little bit. Now a lot of folks think improvising and the variations need to be more complicated than the originals, and that's not true. Sometimes you can take out some notes rather than add some notes, you know, and here I'm just adding a melodic phrase here that wasn't there before. So it's just a slide, 4th string to the 4th fret, quick 3rd string probably, and then pick and slide back, and then open, and then E. Sounds kind of cool in context. So there's my variation for the first half of the A section. Now I flubbed this when I played this up to speed along with the track earlier, but I'll show you exactly what I'm doing for the next phrase. Okay, so let me break that down for you. So we ascend the same way, but this time it's just pull off, I believe. And then start ascending again from the D note by way of the other notes in the scale, E and F sharp. So this line, E, F sharp, open G. I'm kind of ghosting a note with my thumb here. It's probably the open D string. And then just 4th fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, 4th string. Whoops. So why this line? A D chord is D, F sharp, A. I'm just going to the A note here, F sharp. Those are 2 notes of the D chord, and then the chord changes to a A. So it's just a phrase made up of 2 notes of a D chord, and hit a little quick A chord down here. And then back to normal. Okay, so the whole first half of the second time through the variation. Something very much like that. The B section, whatever you can do on the top 3 strings, you can do on the low 3 strings. So earlier we did this, doing a very similar thing down low. I think I did this instead, but it might have been this. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Here's 2 ways to do that next phrase. It starts with that roll. Same as we did here. Just doing it down low. And either this or this. Doesn't matter. Okay? If you do it here, 4th string, bar the 2nd fret, 5th string, open 4th string again, E note here, 2nd fret, 4th string. You should be getting used to 4th fret, 2nd fret open here. And then a hammer on. And the same lick here, down low. Okay, and then we again continue the same as we had done up here on the lower strings. Until here, because we can't keep going lower, so I just held that note longer. Remember this, whatever line we had there, same idea. We're just gonna go up the 2nd fret here with a hammer on low, 5th string open, back to the 2nd fret low string, hammer on to the 2nd fret 5th string, 4th string open, 2nd fret 5th string, back to the 4th string open 2nd, and like so. So here's that B section. Okay, and then I went up high, and I phrased it a little differently. I jumped on this lick early. Had time for this extra move because I got here early. So it's 3, 4. Now all I did was play another slide here into a D note at the 7th fret and then the high string open. Why do that instead of this twice? There's no reason at all. It looks cool. Okay, so that bit'll go like so. this is different. So that's a hammer-on pull-off on the high string, B string open, and then probably with a slide. That's 5th fret high string, 4th fret high string, 5th fret 2nd string, open high string. I think I raked it. That's just a 9th fret, 7th fret high string. So that part will look like so. Okay, let me do that again. 3, 4. And then I went up high. Remember, our chord progression here is going to go D, A, G, D. So I'm starting here with a D note for the D chord, to the C sharp for the A chord, which is in there. That note, C sharp, in a higher octave. B note for the G chord, it goes with that chord. A note for the D chord. So that's 9th fret, 7th fret. This should be familiar to those of you who have taken my Dobro crash course series, assorted ones. It's in the wheelhouse of Dobro lick number 1. So those notes we play around here all the time. So here, let me show you that up the neck bit, up to that point. And then for the G chord, I go. This is for the G, D, F sharp for the G chord, and then wound it up with basically Dobro lick number 1. So I did this little move. The idea here is it's a G chord. I'm playing a G note, and I'm filling it in with a roll. And this note is probably muted because of the way I'm holding the bar, and I'm not worried about it. It sounds fine. It sounds better than if that string were ringing, actually. I don't want that. I just want the rhythm of it. So let me show you the whole B section variation. 3, 4. Sorry. And then back to playing it more or less the way we did the first time. So now that you've seen that whole business, let me play the variation section with the backing track. All right, y'all. Happy Dobro picking. See you next time.